Good morning, everybody. Today is very special in the sense that deviating from the webinars, which we have been concentrating more on legal topic, we are now on the health care of the advocates. More importantly, in the sense that a sword is always swinging on our head in the guise of stress and strain. Strain may be physical, but stress is more mental and psychological. So may I now request Dr. K.G. Ravindran, a chief Ayurveda physician, to begin with. Sir, you may begin with as a small introductory note as you prefer, and we'll be shooting you with more questions after the session is. Welcome, sir.
Namaskaram, sir. Thank you for inviting me. Ayurveda, one of the main book in Ayurveda is Ashtanga Hridayam. Ashtanga Hridayam, the Vagbhada is the author of Ashtanga Hridayam. Ashtanga Hridayam, everything is written in Sanskrit actually. So it is telling the text is starting that Ragadi Rogan Satatanu Shaktan Asheshakaya Prasradan Asheshan Outsukya Moha Aradidan Jagana Yo Apurva Vaidyaya Namostu Tasmai. This is the first slogam. The first word is starting with Raga. Raga means actually importance in Ayurveda is given to more importance for the manas actually, mind. Raga, Dvesha, Mada, Matsarya, like all our mental Rajas, Tamas. Rajas and Tamas is the negative force of the mind. So first, who is treating Ragadi Rogan Sadatanu Shaktan? Actually, Ragam, Dvesham, Madam, Malsaryam, and the very mental properties than Model Chuli. Adukku appuram than physically vandirukkudu. These two are interlinked. Actually, in Ayurveda, more importance is given equally. The mental and physical both are connected. If you have a mental issue, that will convert as a physical problem. Vice versa, like if you have a physical issue and if you are little depressed, that will lead you to the mental issues actually. And here actually, sir, in Ayurveda, everything, no, sir, we were not having any investment, investigations, like blood tests, scanning, nothing. This is a part of, sir, the most important thing is actually Ayurveda is a part of Veda. Actually. That is the ultimate truth. Even now, many people used to ask me regarding Corona and all. So I used to tell them, for Hindus, for us, no Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana or Srimad Bhagavatam, how you are considering it, and all Vedas. For Christians, Bible, for Muslims, Quran, like that, whatever told in the Veda. Ayurveda is a part of Veda. It is always same. The fundamentals are based on the Panchamahabhutas. Panchamahabhuta, the Prithvi, Up, Tejo, Vayu, Agasham. That means Prithvi, earth. Up means Jala, water. Prithvi, Teja, Agni, Vayu, air, and the space. This is the fundamental theory of all the greatness of Bharat, sir, actually. All Indian sciences are base is same Panchamahabhuta, including the 64 kalas, no, all the what you call classical music, classical dance, everything is finally reaching into this five Panchamahabhutas. So the fundamentals are Panchamahabhuta means here I want to tell you something. Ayurveda is actually, sir, going from micro to macro. We know the finest form is this Panchamahabhuta. Whereas the modern science is approaching just the opposite. They are coming from the macro level, going with the support of microscope and other things to the micro level actually. That is the main difference. So in Ayurveda actually, no need of knowing the name of the disease actually. For us, individual is important. Each person's physical body constitution and according to where he is living, the climate, where he is living, the altitude, everything is very important in Ayurveda. We have to see 20 factors, sir, before prescribing a medicine. Everything we have to calculate like that, to know about a disease. Acharya is telling that darshana sparshana prasnaihi. By seeing the patient, each tongue, eyes, nail, hair, skin, everything we have to see and observe. Sparsanam, by touching, whether the body is rough, whether it is soft, hard, heat, cold. And prashnam means just asking the questions and taking the details, all histories. From that, a person has to make the diagnosis. Here I want to tell you something, sir. Everything is based again our Indian darshanas. In Ayurveda, we used to see pratyaksham, anumanam, upamanam, and aptavakyam. That means pratyaksham means the which is visible. For lawyers, everything they want to see, they want to get it in evidence actually. But so pratyaksham is that actually. Pratyaksham, if you are consulting a patient, or this person is having redness and little darkness over that area, pratyaksham. Anumanam is more important, sir, actually. The modern medicine is still, if you see, everything for them is pratyaksham. They will, all the investigations, they want to see it. But more importance is for the Anumanam. Anumanam is actually, it is based on the this Pratyaksha inference. Anumanam is actually inference. Inference from, for example, I'll tell you, and it is very clear in Sanskrit, it is telling that Yatra yatra dhuma, tatra tatra agniriti. That means wherever you are seeing smoke, you have to understand that behind that fire is there. Without fire, smoke, if you tell in the opposite way, it is not correct. For example, an electrical bulb is a fire, but there won't be any smoke. Whereas wherever you are seeing smoke, fire is there behind that. Like that, an upamana, that is again comparative. Oh, that condition was like this is like this may lead to that. And actually, Aptopadesha means actually the Rishi Vajanas actually. It is clearly told, if the things are like this, it will become like. So we have to see, approach a disease with this 4 parameters. Generally, I'm telling, and while coming to Manas, Manas means the mind. Very important, sir. Our Bhagavad Gita is fully dealing with Manas. In Ayurveda, it is told the treatment of Manas is Dhi Dhairyam Atmadi Vijnanam Manodosha Ushadham Param. Dhi means intelligence, Dhairyam, the courage. Atmadi Vijnanam means self-orientation, knowledge about the self and other things. So, very clearly told, and we have to see the properties of mind. That is clearly telling in Ayurveda. Anuttam athachaigattam. Anuttam means actually the minuteness of the mind. If it can reach any minute point. And egattam means oneness. If you want to concentrate on one thing, mind will be there. So that is the only property of mind. And mind is considered as Jnanendriya and Karmendriya. To know the, what you call, everything is, we are getting all, what you call, you have to feel everything, whether by seeing or by hearing or by smelling. That is through the Panchendriyas actually. And it is the Karmendriya. Karmendriya means actually our hands, legs, like that. So Manas has the both, what you call, Jnanendriya and mana both karmam, both are in Manas actually. Mind is not visible. So treating the basically important thing, sir, in the ancient textbooks, very clearly giving all details about Manas actually, mind, the properties, action, everything is, I think that is more nowadays, no, people are getting lot of stress related issues, depression, anxiety. I used to tell the patients, no, please don't name it. Don't take a diagnosis by the name actually, especially for mental issues, because it is not good. I used to feel like that everybody in life, no, all of us will get different mental conditions. Like sometimes all of us will become depressed, sometimes anxiety will be there because of the circumstances or whatever we are facing, no. So better in mental problems, simple things, uh, don't give a name. That is my request actually. So if a person is having depression, we have to find out the reason. We have to actually we have to sit with him and give some kind of counseling. If he is understanding about the condition itself, no, that itself will cure the condition. No need of any medicine here, no. We may have to give some medicine only to stabilize the mental capacity. In Ayurveda, there are wonderful drugs, actually. Wonderful drugs are there. That is why in olden days, according to Ayurveda, while a child, immediately after the child birth, no, we used to give little cow's ghee, little honey, and gold. Gold means just touching the gold. That is the first food for the infant actually. In fact, what is happening here is giving we are protecting the child from the all mental, physical issues what he is going to face. That is a vaccine, sir. According to Ayurveda, no, giving prevention from all such kind of problem, because gold is good for making the stability, mental power, and it is a rejuvenative. Whereas ghee plays major role in the metabolism, sir. And it is only edible thing. No, we are having lot of things to eat, but only with ghee. Immediately after consuming that, it will act on physical and mental health. That's the special power of ghee actually. Unfortunately, now some people made wrong comment without knowing about the ghee. People are considering it as a fat and all, started removing. You can see dementia, Alzheimer's, all kind of depression, neurodegenerative diseases, everything is increasing in the society actually. One of the causes, people are not taking cow's ghee. Cow's ghee has lot of, and sir, if a mother is not having sufficient milk to feed the child, the next substitute is cow's milk. Why? Because cows, even the cow and human being, the pregnancy period is one and same. Cow is another vegetarian, and almost the medicine, the milk is having similar properties. So that itself enough for keeping a person's physical and mental strength. Unfortunately, we are not able to get pure milk. People don't know how to get it. We are feeding with synthetic food to the cow. Everything is made by man-made issues, sir.
Now, our question is how to overcome the situation and how to mentally approach and get rid of the maximum stress as possible. You can't say 100% you are stressed out. You can't avoid the stress. After getting stress, or you are going to get stress, how to avoid it and how to overcome it in case you are under stress.
Yeah, sir, actually, one main thing, you have to follow a good food pattern, sir. Ayurveda says, according to the seasonal change, you have to change your food habits. Nowadays, nobody knows about it actually. In summer, whatever you are taking, that is not suitable for the body in winter. We have to avoid certain food and we have to take something new. And in between each seasonal change, it was a must that we have to purify the system. For example, in summer we may have lot of water, the fruits which is having more water content. While going to the monsoon, there may be some toxins in the system, so you have to purify the system, then take the monsoon special food. After that, the winter will come, so we have to change the food habits. Most important thing is food habits. In food, everything is having rajas, tamas, and sattva guna, sir. Actually, the rajas and tamas is the negative force of the mind. Here, like that, even the food materials, some are having rajasic properties, some are having tamasic. So mainly, even for the children. Uh, uh, we have to follow the food pattern also very important actually. Food is very important because if a person is daily taking cow's ghee with the food, I'm sure he will be able to manage any kind of mental stress without harming his system. And the knowledge, sir, knowledge about the subject, why the pressure has come. If it is due to for a student, it may be due to the school, the atmosphere in the school overloaded. No, nowadays children are loaded with so many things. Like that, even for an employee, the nature of job, the different kinds of stress can come. Mainly to come out of it, we have to take proper food, which gives more strength to the mental. One of the main items around, I think only cow's ghee has that special power. Immediately after taking it, it will act on your mental and physical health. All other things will act, but it will take time. This is immediate actually. So, and for that, whatever ghee markets available ghee is, we cannot depend on that. Now people have to go back to the village life, I think, little bit. Everybody, mainly, food habits, even the food for cattle, synthetic foods are coming. That we should avoid, sir. I think people like while getting some cases related to the food poisoning and other things, you can make a good change in the country, sir. Those who are adulterating with food materials, take strict action against them. That is a major issue, sir. And one thing we have to make sure, sir, our educational system has changed. That has affected us very badly. Because Sanskrit, though you can take the Sanskrit scholars, old Sanskrit scholars, they were facing all the issues. None of them were affected with any kind of this simple, silly things. Now, see, people will be having hundreds of degrees and what you call master degrees. But while a simple issue comes, they are not able to manage it. They will become depressed. And from that, lot of negative issues will come. So I think now we have to, from this Corona period, we have to, Corona taught us a lot, I think. Changing the lifestyle, changing the food habits. Even now, sir, while comparing with other countries, India is better. It's because of our old food habits. Now people have changed. Olden days, especially in Tamil Nadu, enna kalayila saaptathu idli saaptachu madhyanam தயிர் சாதம். தமிழ்நாட்டில் அது மட்டும் தான் சார் ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம். அந்த தயிர் மட்டும் அவாய்டு பண்ணிட்டு மோர் சாதம் ஆக்கினா தமிழ்நாட்டில் வியாதி கம்மியாயிடும். எஸ்பெஷலி among vegetarians. In vegetarian, among milk and milk products, sir, curd is not good. Daily one should not take curd daily basis, and in the night for dinner at any cost don't touch it actually. That will create lot of negative issues to the health, physical health. So, and buttermilk is excellent. Any buttermilk means you have to churn the curd and remove the butter, separate the butter, the balance fluid. Nowadays, people are just mixing with water and giving. That is not right. So we have to go to the olden system. And sir, another important thing, sir, about ghee. Ghee, without having any support, like nowadays people used to keep everything in the fridge. No need of keeping in the fridge. If you keep cow's ghee for thousands of years, it is called as Purana Gridam, is very powerful, very potential, no, in several diseases, some kind of mental issues. So no need of having any climate, no, you can keep it, you can store it in the home, no need of fridge. So that is why, no, people were having a system, making first taking the milk, converting to curd, removing the butter, balance buttermilk is taken for the food. Ghee you can keep it for usage of cow's ghee has to be increased. Cow's ghee and buttermilk. See, sir, olden days, in between each food, like breakfast and lunch and all, olden days people used to have a cup of buttermilk and started taking all other uses, and Western culture, no, sir. That culture has come here actually. While having buttermilk, sir, 25 years before, in our society, how many people were having cancers? Now, if you ask, no, each family, one member will be having some relatives or somebody. Why? Then if you see, if you analyze it, only after British invasion, before that India was surviving only after British invasion, that time the rulers were kings, no? And the first Ayurveda college was started by Travancore king. That was in 1980 something. So he had written, no? Why? Because after this British invasion, each and every simple cases are becoming surgical. That was his observation. Then he took a decision that Ayurveda was a part of Veda Padana. It was not teaching like this, no. Then Raja, that time the Maharaja, he himself had called several scholars and asked what is happening. So many simple cases are, they are doing surgery, taken only, nobody was supporting Ayurveda. Then Maharaja finally took a decision that we have to start a new Ayurveda Padashala. That was started by the Travancore king actually in South India. First Ayurveda college was started by him. Then he started like modern, no, we were not having that culture. Pharmacy culture was not there in India. If you go to a Vaidya, he will give you a prescription. You have to make medicine, kashayam, decoctions, everything by taking the roots. That culture was there. That was changed by Travancore king. That he started pharmacies, the Vaidyasalas throughout Kerala actually. So that was the problem, sir. Then our culture has changed. Educational system is good actually. We have to teach our children that that is in our hands. Now India, the whole world has to study a lot from Corona, sir. Non-vegetarian is supported by Ayurveda, that according to the season, sir, that is very important. Season, according to the season, even in non-vegetarian, for example, this, what you call, the chicken is hotter than mutton. So in summer, if you consume more quantity of chicken, you will be inviting some diseases like hemorrhoids and blood-related, skin-related issues. So they have to change it. Even in some non-vegetarian, some kind of adulterations are there. That we don't know. Actually, they have to be careful about that. Even in the meat, they are feeding synthetic food to the hen. And the growth hormones are injecting to the animals. That and all has to be stopped somehow. And the best thing, no, ghee, if possible, in cities it is difficult, but try to get milk, make it at home. No, homemade ghee is the best thing. Buy good quality, good milk, make curd, churning, no need of churning by hand. Nowadays you can do it in the mixer. So remove take out the butter, melt it, make ghee. I think that will help, sir. Now people have to do some changes in the food habits. Otherwise, we will be getting all these kind of diseases. Especially, sir, cancer, just think about it, sir. Some 25 years before. And another important thing, sir, I used to tell everybody, some 25 years before, suddenly modern people started attacking coconut oil and coconut. We didn't think about our ancestors actually, especially in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. No? People were using coconut oil for cooking, applying coconut oil on the body and head, lot of coconut to make chutney and all. Our ancestors they were having good health. They didn't go to hospital. They were actually, even the birth and death was at the home actually, not in the hospital. That culture, so we have to see that, sir. I'm sure there is it is like a, what you call a racket is there. After attacking the coconut oil, only they could sell the stent in South India. Now see, sir, how many people are having stent in the heart? How many cases of bypass is increasing? Before that, this much number was not there, sir. And in Kerala, I'll tell you, people started removing coconut tree, and instead of that, they replaced with rubber plant. In coconut farm, you were able to cultivate all vegetables because the land was fertile. But after changing to rubber culture, no, in rubber estate, you can't grow any vegetables, sir. That is dangerous, and it will suck water from 200 feet down the earth. So Kerala became, water scarcity has increased, and we have to depend on Tamil Nadu and Andhra for vegetables, rice, everything. The land itself lost all fertility. So while coming with new suggestions, no, especially regarding to the food, people have to think a lot. After that, see, first they have attacked the coconut oil. After that, they started attacking milk and milk products. Milk and milk products, among milk and milk products, most dangerous one is curd. Unfortunately, modern people are supporting curd in the name of probiotic. But consuming curd, no, I can tell you something that is a very special observation, sir. When I was in Coimbatore for an autoimmune skin disease, a patient came from Bombay, a Brahmin lady. So you know that, no, in Coimbatore, lot of juniors used to sit with me. Always they used to accompany me. So it was a very bad case. In modern medicine, they have to give only steroid, no other medicines. After some years, no, the patient has to suffer the disease and the side effect of steroid. They will become more sick. Then, while giving the prescription, I gave a peculiar prescription, and the junior that time, no, they were sitting with. I asked them actually, can you take within last 10 months? How many cases of this pemphigus vulgaris? It was a very bad. It is a very bad autoimmune skin disease. Then they took the. Now it is easy. We can take the data easily. So then they told us, within last 10 months, you got more than 70 cases of pemphigus. Then what was the outcome? Follow-ups are there. Then they told us 70% of them are improving. Then give me the list. I will tell you one accidental observation. Among the 70 patients, 80% of them are Brahmins. Patients were from Chennai, Bombay, Canada, US, different part of the world, but basically they are Brahmins and mostly affected to the ladies. That was a shock for me. Simple reason is over usage of curds. Curd rice nare saapradhananu. Adu curd rice with urudal sir. Ulundum kerdum சேர்த்தக்கூடாது. உளுந்தும் கேடும் சேர்த்தக்கூடாது. In Tamil Nadu எல்லா ஹோட்டல்ல போயாலும் தயிர் வடை கிடைக்குது. என்ன பண்ண முடியும் சார்? ரெண்டும் உடம்புக்கு தப்ப, ரெண்டும் ஸ்கின் டிசீசஸ் கூட்டுறது. அப்போ அதே மாதிரி நிறைய ஒப்சர்வேஷன் இருக்குது சார். தட் இஸ் வை ஐ வாஸ் டெல்லிங் த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் ஆஃப் இன்ஃபரன்ஸ் ஆக்சுவலி. அது அதே மாதிரி இப்போ sir, another study was there, sir. I was having a patient who was doing research on cancer cases. After we very personally, we were discussing. Every year he used to come and sit with me for some hours. So he told, no, after you told, I started observing about the curd. Those who are taking it daily are prone to have lots of issues like this, skin problem, cancer, everything. So now we have to teach our children, sir. We have to go back to our old food, especially with food. Without food, no, a person cannot survive here. So we have to take the healthy foods, not the modern thing. See, all dangerous diseases are more in Western countries. Neurodegenerative diseases, even cancer was there. No, then slowly they started injecting their system on us. Now in Kerala, lot of coconut is there. Which oil you are using for cooking? Some people are telling we are using olive oil. Ayurveda clearly says, sir, wherever you are living, whatever growing in that atmosphere is good for your system. All other, no, so if somebody is importing a fruit from the foreign and taking it, means for us it is a foreign body. Our body will reject it. So mainly we have to concentrate on the food habits and mental strength. That no little. I'm not telling that everyone should become spiritual and all, but they should have a self-knowledge. What are we doing? What is our aim? Actually, in Ayurveda, clearly starting with that. Ayu kamaya manena means those who are willing, they want to wish to have good health. They have to follow this. That type of some with regarding food and other things, children, we should teach them now, sir. Every day they have to pray for some time. And proper exercise means nowadays, no, sir, gym became very fashion now for everybody. So little walking, doing some yoga again, it is not a simple exercise. It is good for physical and mental health. And again, the purpose, as per Ayurveda, as per our Indian thing, the purpose is again attaining liberation. The human birth is for attaining that. Nobody knows about that, sir. Dharmam, artham, kama, moksham. Dharma, artha, kama, mokshanam, arogyam, moolam, uttamam. Actually, to attain the liberation, you have to follow certain dharma. You have to have some material benefits, artham. That is to live, no? You need money like that. But for the whatever needed for us, dharma, artha, kama, fulfill all our material world, bhaudika, everything. Finally, your goal should be attaining moksha. Now nobody has that goal. That goal is not there. We have to bring the children like that actually. Now, no, the problem is all of us are having 1 or 2 kids. So nobody wants to disturb them. Whatever they are asking, either mother or father, somebody will give it immediately. If somebody is not giving it, they will become little depressed. That itself is a cause for a mental imbalance. So we have to bring them in a, we have to concentrate more on that, sir. Food habits and other things, especially from the childhood, we should teach from the home. Again, no, nowadays children are in the hostels from very young age, no, that is also not good. They need the support of parents and grandparents. That we have to realize it and change. So some areas, I think, because of Corona, we have to rethink and we have to do some major changes. That's why I was telling, comparatively, Corona affected countries, India is better than other countries. That itself is an evidence for the our immune system. Why our immune system is better than them means, still no, many of us are following the traditional way. And there, no, everything is whatever available they are eating. That habit has to be stopped. Yeah? That we have to teach the children. No? You should have a good aim in the life. That then for that, to achieve that aim, no, you have to have proper rest, proper exercise, proper food, proper sleep. We have to teach them the importance of everything.
Sir, shall I go to the questions one by one? If you already have an answer.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The first question relates to, sir, is the sleep hygiene. One person has stated, in Telugu, there is a famous adage called Shantamuleta Saukyamiletu. When there is no Shantam, there is no Saukyam. So she asked me, she is sleep deprived. She is not able to sleep for more than 4 or 5 hours per day because of a high level of stress, because of her premenstrual tension or menopausal stage or menstruation issues. She asks you whether menstruation issues or menopausal issues or premenstrual tension has got something related to stress, and can it be cured by Ayurveda?
Definitely, sir. Because actually, especially connected with menstruation, there will be a lot of hormonal changes in the system that we have to analyze without having the medicine. No, sometimes while correcting the food habits, some items to be avoided from her regular food. No, some changes can bring a major, sometimes no, only by correcting the food habits there will be some changes. But while nearing menopause and all, most of the ladies used to have this problem. Even for that, sir, they may get this calcium deficiency. That is why there again the importance of milk and ghee is coming, sir. Milk and ghee is, again, your body will become cool with normal milk. Most of the ladies are complaining about hot flushes, and first we have to change the food, and depending upon the person's physical constitution, according to Ayurveda, sir, each individual is different. So you cannot give one medicine for everybody. No, we have to see personally and do some changes. First of all, we have to change this food habits,
food habit.
And we have to find out which area.
What is the effect of sleep deprivation on stress? And to get a calm mind and good sleep, what do you suggest?
Calm mind and good sleep, generally, sir, we have to take early dinner. And there should be a gap of dinner, and if you are taking dinner at 7 o'clock, go to bed only after 9:30, 10. There should be a gap of 3 hours. The first phase of digestion has to be finished. And while going to the bed, don't think about the other activities of the day, what had happened from today morning. You will invite unwanted stress. Many things will be negative. So while doing anything, while you are eating, you have to tell your mind, now I am eating. Eating is for getting good health. We should get food, good physical and mental health. We should get proper nourishment. I'm having the food, concentrate on the food. Then that food is going to be absorbed very well in the system. Like that, now I am going for taking bath. Means think about the cleanliness and concentrate on that. Now I am going to bed, I have to sleep. That thinking should be there, sir. That is a must. Otherwise, no, very difficult actually. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Next question relates to stress-induced diabetes. Whether stress can induce diabetes? If so, what is the solution for it?
Yeah, stress-induced diabetes is there, sir. In Ayurveda, again, I have to, that is a big lesson, sir, because in Ayurveda, we have 20 types of diabetes. 20 types. In modern medicine, there are only 2. And now there is no investigation and method to find out this 20 types. It is your knowledge, your thinking capacity, your understanding, your observation. A Vaidya has to find out which kind of diabetes. Sometimes you may have to talk with the patient for several hours to find out his food habits, other problems. If you are able, and according to the body constitution of the patient, if the patient is obese and whether the patient is lean, depending upon the body constitution, again, sir, you can see, the lean people, they will be more easily, they will get affected with this, what you call the stress and other things. Whereas some obese people, they will be able to take it more. Depending upon again, we have to treat it personally, we have to observe it, we can reduce, and diabetes it is not a curable disease, but you can control it very well. If you find out proper reason and control it, you will be escaped from several associated complaints of diabetes. Once you become diabetes, means you are prone to have neurological disorder, ophthalmological issues, heart-related issues, kidney-related issues. It can affect each and every part of the. So if you are able to analyze it properly and select the medicine, means you will be prevented from lot of associated complaints which is coming through the diabetes. You can do a lot of work on that.
Okay. So next question relates to something very technical. That person has asked that physical illness manifesting in psychological issues. He had added the word equivalent called psychosomatic issues. So what is the solution or what is called a remedy in Ayurveda for psychosomatic issues?
Sir, that's why I was telling the importance of Ayurveda starting with Ragadi Roga, and that's why I told you that slogam actually.
Yes.
There the importance of physical and mental, that relation is coming, are increasing day by day. Everything is a factor for that. Atmosphere, food, again food. Food is very important, sir. While having some, consuming some peculiar type of food, these issues will increase. That is always interrelated. Once a person is having physical issues, automatically it will affect the mind. Those who are having mental issues, slowly it is going to affect the physical health. So first of all, we have to have the knowledge about not that modern, I'm totally against that. So nowadays, people are having a tendency that if a doctor is telling you are suffering with this disease, for him it is very easy to tell. But problem nowadays, everybody will search it in the Google, and whatever negative things are told in the Google, people will keep it in the subconscious mind and they will think about it. Then they are inviting all negative things to the life. Whereas I used to tell each patient only 2 things. One, the patient should know that I am suffering with this problem. I am addressing with this medication. I am going to come out of the problem with this medicine. They should have the faith, sir. And don't think about the disease. Disease, nobody will invite any disease, no, sir. So disease is manifesting because of many reasons. Many of the reasons are not visible. Some are karma, some of the diseases are karma related, sir. Why? Immediately after the childbirth, some children are having suffering with some diseases. Even before having mother's milk, who is responsible for that? We can, for satisfying ourselves, no, we can tell we had done that gene test, this is a problem with, no, what is the use? The suffering of the child and the parents are happening there. So we have to correct, even many of the diseases are connected with our karmas.
Next question relates to the most oft-repeated complaint of advocates and judges who suffer from migraine. Good self knows very well migraine is triggered by a lot of triggering factors. And whether stress could be a major triggering factor for migraine. If so, what is the Ayurveda's answer for stress-induced migraine?
Sir, here another important thing is coming, sir. In Ayurveda, one chapter is named as Roganulpadaniya. That means the production, actually the diseases are coming, how the diseases are forming. Just I'll tell you a simple example. Blocking natural urges for urination, for defecation, and even sometimes sneezing. There are certain urges, natural urges. One should not hold it, sir. Holding of natural urges itself is a cause for, especially migraine, that judges are sitting continuously in the bench, like that advocates, no, everybody is the name. So we have to change our daily routine. At least by every 3 hours, we will go to the loo for urination, taking sufficient quantity of water. Don't block any, don't hold any urges actually. That is the main cause for that, sir. Especially for advocates and judges. Migraine, and your atmosphere is very negative, no, sir.
Next question relates to, sir, on anger management. See, most of the people are not able to control, regulate, or manage anger. And when they suppress the anger and hold it inside, it results in a lot of stress. And there the issues come into showing somewhere else, inviting domestic issues, especially lockdown will bring more issues, we are afraid. After the courts are opened, it may lead to more pregnancy or more divorce. We do not know. Now the question is whether anger management can be regulated by Ayurveda, sir. If so, what is your idea of anger management versus Ayurveda?
Anger management, mainly, sir. First of all, we should realize I am a short-tempered person. Why I am getting short-temperedness? So try to avoid such situations. That thing can be done, and even sometimes we have to think in the different ways, sir. Oh, yesterday I had a fight with this person, and after that I had headache and my sleep was not good. Now back pain is there, neck pain is there. So from that realization, next day while going to that atmosphere, you have to change it. It is not, you cannot do it with a pill or tablet or something like that. We should have proper knowledge about that. And some are quite, sir, it is like a poison, the poison, no, a snake's, little snake is getting venom from the mother itself. Some are our genetical, some people will be little short-tempered, some people will be very cool. So we have to analyze it, sir. Self-analyzation is the best way to control several things. Yeah.
So next question is relating to how to identify the factors that gives stress to me. For example, if I am able to know that I am under stress, how to identify the triggering factors of stress?
That also, sir, very easy, sir. We can find out that, oh, yesterday we had this issue, and that time I was having this problem. So that is why, sir, the knowledge about the situation actually. That's why I was telling, while we are doing anything, whatever, now I am playing means concentrate only on the play. Now I am going to eat means only concentrate on the food. Then you will be able to realize the taste, smell, everything. Now all that such kind of activities are doing like mechanical, sir. Presence of mind is not there. That is the main problem. Then only we will be able to change actually. Person has to decide that, oh, today I am not going to scold anybody. So if somebody, the first thing, somebody will come to you with some kind of issues. But if you plan it well, very, very well, at least, that self, some assessment should be there, sir.
And the WhatsApp question, before going for interaction personally with participants, the final question came in WhatsApp is how to vent out the stress or pressure when I'm under the pressure or stress. I know I'm under pressure and stress. How to vent it out?
So easiest way is, it depends upon the person. Some people, those who are liking to hear music is the one of the best way. Some people maybe like to play little card. Some people will go for a walking. Whatever is giving little pleasure. Actually, we know our pleasure. Oh no, if I hear 2-3 songs, I'll be fine. Or go for a picture. Picture again. The problem is picture and all. If you are going for a picture, sometimes you will invite some negative energy from there.
Yes.
Whereas the best way is doing some kind of yoga regularly, some kind of meditation. Pranayama means, actually there are also certain niyamas. Yama, niyama, asanam, pratyaharanam, dharana, dhyanam, samadhi. So nowadays people are not following anything. That's like without having proper foundation, if you are constructing a building, what will happen? So foundation is a must. So people should follow a little bit of, that is why sir, spiritualism is a must. Little, at least 1 minute, think about the God, our existence. A little pranayamam and these kind of some hobbies, music or dance, whatever it may be, that will help you to come out of all such kind of stress.
Can meditation bring down stress?
Definitely. Meditation,
Yeah.
Meditation can bring the stress will reduce, sir. Definitely.
So we can add meditation along with yoga, pranayama, and any kind of a hobby or passion as
No, so after having some postural yogasanas for some period, you can start doing the meditation and pranayama and meditation actually. Meditation, no need of sitting separately and if you are able to enjoy good music, according to me, I don't have time for meditating and all, but if I am hearing for example, I'll tell you, if I am hearing a good classical song, Shira Sagara China means actually you can visualize that Mahavishnu is lying on that. That itself is called as meditation, sir. No need of sitting separately.
Yes, sir. Shall I move to Mr. Dinesh Nair?
Sir, Dr. Sir. Sir, just I am asking this question for the benefit of my bar members in Tamil Nadu. For me, as you know, as I am already aware of it. First, the drinking of the boiled water, normally we used to practice in Kerala. Here also, somebody are practicing. That we used to have this chukuvalam and all this thing, as you know. So, your comments on that.
Water sources, some people, especially in Kerala and all, people are taking water from the well. Even now, people are not depending on the corporation or municipalities. So water is coming from different sources. We don't know that what is there inside the well. So it is always better to boil it to remove all germs from that. That practice is good, sir.
What about mineral water, sir? What is your opinion about mineral water? Mineral water.
Mineral water. Mineral water. Yes, sir. According to Ayurveda, sir, according to Ayurveda, sir, one night if you keep water, that water is, you cannot use it for drinking next day. You can use it for washing something. That is a wrong practice, inviting lot of diseases. Sir, once I come across a VVIP patient, Vaidyanathan sir. Sir, are you hearing?
Yeah,
Sir,
he's
in
here.
Coimbatore, I had a VVIP patient. He was suffering with lot of problems. He had been to several countries. He had underwent several investigations. Nobody could find travel a lot. So after admitting in our hospital, we are giving a medicated water for all the patients. It will be supplied in the room. So he was fine for several days. 15, 16 days over, he was fine. After started your medication, I am feeling better, everything. Then one day, just before discharge, 2 days before the discharge, he asked me, sir, I have an old friend in Coimbatore, can I go to his house for a dinner? I told him, don't take anything heavy. You can have simple South Indian idli or chutney, dosa, something like that. Don't take any other food. That I will tell them, I will follow that. What happened? No, sir. So he came back after the dinner and he was suffering with lot of stomach discomfort. So he was suffering with lot of stomach discomfort. Finally, I had a thought, sir. So what had he told? I took only idli and no sambar. Very simple food he took. Then finally, I asked, what water you were using? No, I had taken the mineral water. Then he is lucky, sir. That thought has to come to our mind, Then I told him, sir, stop taking mineral water. If you are traveling, at least boil it and keep it in a bottle. So after that, he didn't have the problem. And I had some patients, sir, those who were allergic to iodized salt. A patient was not knowing about it, actually. Accidentally, that the patient is lucky. That's why that we have to think about it, why the patient is getting the problem. Finally, we could find out the reason. Like that, it is always take boiled water, and water should be fresh, sir. Nowadays, in cities and all, what can we do in Chennai Corporation? You won't get any well water, so you have to keep it at least boil it and take it, sir.
So let me move to Mr. Sanjeev Prabhu, advocate.
Sir, in naturopathy, they are telling you have to take raw fruits and vegetables and all. In Ayurveda, we are taking the cooked form. What is the difference, sir?
Sir, simple sir. Why you are cooking rice and wheat? God has given all the fruits in soft form. The system should not get affected with anything. Our intestinal, if you see the constitution internally, sir, it is very soft. If you take anything raw, the damage can happen into the system. That is why we were taking only cooked food. While taking raw vegetables, the chances of getting more damage and the time for digestion will be more, sir. We should not give unwanted burden to the organ. So that is why fruits, God has given fruits in soft form, sir. Then why we are cooking rice and wheat? We can have it raw, no? And raw always, again, nowadays, vegetables or any type of things, people are adding lot of some kind of adulteration is there, using pesticides, even while growing the, the paddy or wheat, lot of chances are there for getting infected. Some kind of infections can come. To avoid that also, it is better to cook. Ayurveda clearly says that food should be cooked and it should be warm. and reheated food, anything, including water, is dangerous for the health.
Mr. Mayappan?
Sir, I don't believe in coincidences. I'm very sure that this is a divine plan that we are all sitting and talking here as tools in his hands. And I would like to add to your the doctor's observation regarding the curd, because my grandmother, she was always found with the very few photographs that we have of her, it is with the cow. And she gave me the sloka, or rather a simple formula. Nei urki, more perki, neer karki. And doctor has only reiterated all that very beautifully. But she had been silent on the curd part of it. And I have reduced all the other negative foods, but this curd has become an integral part of my meal. And and sir, one more thing is, she died of breast cancer, and I think if we would have had, I'm in Tirupur and see all this, and if we would have known this earlier, or we would have rectified this at the right time, I think we would have had her with us. And and my concern is, sir, whether this can be a one size fit all solution, because for me, I am also allergic to brinjal. I've reduced brinjal. I don't take salt apart from what is available in the sambar and all that, which I don't take salt. I've reduced the white stuff, but this curd has remained, and now I'm becoming little stressed now. I cannot live without it.
So now you know the main problem, no?
Yes,
So
yes.
if you come out of one day, you may not be able to stop it. Take good amount of buttermilk
Buttermilk.
with ghee, sir. Ghee.
Yes, yes.
You can compensate it. You won't get any kind of. So actually, buttermilk is the antidote for ghee. If a person is having more quantity of ghee, don't worry about it. Drink more buttermilk. You won't get any problem related with the ghee. Actually, ghee, buttermilk is the antidote for the ghee. So that the reason. And also, sir, if you see, especially among vegetarians,
Yes.
cancer, coming to several people. If you take their food habits, curd is there. Curd is the
Yes.
culprit, sir.
Yes.
Curd is
Yes,
dangerous.
because she has no other thing. This is the only thing I can, it rings a bell, very strong way.
Mayappan,
Yes, sir.
in my family, people used to call Tayyid Sadam as Devamrutam.
Yes,
I have given a name to Tayyid Sadam. Now I have to rethink.
yes, yes,
5 times after hearing this session.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Very true, very true. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank
the wonderful
you.
session, sir. It
Thank
was-
you. Let me move to Rajini.
Thank you very much for the enlightening session. My question is with regard to milk. Milk, they say generally it is not good for consuming. But I am having asthma trouble. For asthma, doctors strictly advise not to take milk, unmilky products. But you said that milk is very good, and I like milk very much. Before going to bed, I want to take a cup of milk. But as soon as I consume milk, wheezing starts. I used to get strong wheezing.
Madam, actually, I was talking for the general public. Actually, those who are having asthma, those who are having some other diseases, they have to change it. If why can't you try to get little goat milk? Is it possible to get goat's milk? Full medicine for Artupal is a wonderful medicine for lung-related diseases. You can boil it only after filtering it in a cloth. After filtering, you can boil it. Why? Because there are chances of getting small hairs. That is why you have to filter it in a cloth.
Alamelu Venkat.
Namaskar, sir. My daughter has a question. I just want to share one of my success story. The way that we try to eat Ayurvedic installments, like இப்போ என்னோட ஆயுர்வேதா டாக்டர் வந்து suggested me to eat in installments. Usually வந்து பார்த்தோம்னா இப்போ நம்ம வெயிட்டா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு போயிட்டு when we say no, doctors generally ask us to cut down food, but Ayurveda is very interesting in that way. Yes, divided meals, and also அது மூலமா தான் I could able to lose my weight successfully. அதே மாதிரி என்ன பார்த்து சாப்பிடுன்னு சொன்ன ஒரே டாக்டர் அவர்தான். So
You must be very happy
that
over
is
that.
something I felt really happy. And one more thing வந்து what I wanted to share na, இப்போ இனிஷியலா வந்து எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஹோப் இல்லாம தான் இருந்தது when I started working out with Ayurveda. But what I wanted to say is then this is not like degrading other systems, but to be very frank, rather than other systems, and the sustainability of success is more in Ayurveda. So that I can definitely say by my health improvement. And also like one thing வந்து என்னன்னா, இட்ஸ் மோர் ஆஃப் நியூட்ரிஷன் பேசிஸ்ல தான் அவங்க வந்து வேல்யூ பண்றாங்க. பிளஸ் அவங்க அந்த நாடி பிடிச்சி பார்க்கும்போதே தே கன்சிடர் நம்மளோட சைக்காலஜி எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படின்றதையும் அவங்க செக் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ ஓவரால் வெறும் பாடிக்கு மட்டுமே அட்ரஸ் பண்ணாம நம்மளோட மைண்டும் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகும். Even if people are interested over here, they can definitely plunge into taking up massage as well, Ayurvedic massage as well. It works wonders. So that is what I wanted to share.
Madam, shall I say one more thing? See, in Madurai, in Madurai, there are two major Ayurvedic hospitals who are very famous. Dhanvantri Brothers, Dr. Karthik Vel, Dr. I think Prem Vel, and there is AVN run by Dr. Rajiv Warrior, Sridhari Warrior, and his father Raghav Warrior, and there is a Shantigiri, and all the three are very famous. In Trichy, Dr. Ajil Kumar is there. He was in KAPL. Now he has got his own Ayurveda hospital. One of the very coveted doctor at Trichy, Dr. Ajil Kumar. And Coimbatore, Dr. Ravindran was ruling the roost. Now after he has left to Kerala, his hospital is run by Mr. Dileepan. He is also very famous there. And in Chennai, you have got your own hospital. So Ayurveda has got an established and proven system of treatment. What we need is one thing: belief is relief. Tulasi.
Sir, autism childrenக்கு ஆயுர்வேதால மெடிசன் இருக்கா?
Autism.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Doctor sir.
I will tell you about my own experience.
Yes doctor.
Generally autism and all, I was telling I was talking that some children immediately after birth they are sick, even before having mother's milk. There the karma related theory is coming very, very clear actually. And autism, on my own experience, some people used to come in the early stage. That means when the child is 3-year-old or early stage of autism, they will come, and most of them are having very good life because they are able to understand whatever the parents are telling. They are able to cooperate. But whereas many people used to come at the age of 12, 13 and very difficult actually, very difficult to manage them. So autism and all, no, once you come to know about the disease, immediately start natural medicines. Don't give any kind of chemicals. Again, while taking chemicals, you are inviting another disease. Especially autism and all, you have to give medicines continuously. You can't stop it after a course of medicine. Ayurveda can do wonders actually. And I'll tell you one thing. There is a disease called as Duchenne muscular dystrophy. In Coimbatore, even now the research is going on. The Duchenne muscular dystrophy, before most of the children, mostly male children are getting affected with the muscular dystrophy. 80% of the patients are male, more than 90%. And none of them are able to, before reaching 20 years, they are dying. After 3-4 years, no, they will be born to the then the life is very difficult. And one doctor, we had a collaborative medicines, and every month the child is taken to the allergist, to the pulmonologist, to the neurologist. All in the study, I had a suggestion. Why can't we see the horoscope? We got only 43 children from Coimbatore Corporation. So we had taken the horoscope of all the 43 children. and analyzed by some astrologers. You won't believe, madam, all 43 children were having issues with 4 major planets. Everything is connected, especially diseases like autism, muscular dystrophy. There are several Down syndrome. As early as possible, go to a good Ayurvedic physician, then start native medicine. That you have to continue the medicines for a long period. That is why always depend on native medicines. Try to avoid chemicals as much as possible.
Let me move to Mr. Chokalingam.
My question is that gastritis to doctor. Gastritis, is it due to stress or food habit or drugs which are taken for treatment, or all put together? Any specific reason for gastritis? By avoiding certain food or drugs, or can you control gastritis? What is the remedy in your way of practice?
That also the patient should observe that, sir. Actually, food, spicy food, while taking which food they are having more trouble, they have to come out of, especially deep fried and spicy foods, oily, spicy, such kind of food. And overeating is also problem, sir, sometimes. Gastritis, while sometimes if you observe the patient, some are having very good digestive power, whereas there is a group, their digestive power is less. It will be different actually. And in the other group, those who are having weak digestion, just give something to improve the digestion, they will be out of the gastritis. Whereas the other group, you have to avoid certain food and basically you have to improve the digestive systems. Otherwise, in future, it can affect the organ also.
So I just request your summation or summarization or a broad-based conclusive remark as to how to cope with stress in the Ayurveda way.
I used to tell generally to patients, for surviving, no, everyone has to take, for the physical health, we have to take good food. Is it not? Good, nutritious food. Like that, for our mental health, food is also a factor, and our atmosphere where we are living, no, family, working atmosphere, everything should be good. Then only you will be able to lead a good mental health. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
If you have both of this, again, equally important health is spiritual health. So people should give balance for all these three, sir. Physical, mental, and spiritual. That means for maintaining the physical body, you need to take proper food. For maintaining the mental health, you have to take proper food, and the atmosphere, the family atmosphere, working atmosphere, everything should be good. Then only you will have good mental health. Like that, you should have good spiritual health also. For that, at least in a day, at least 5 minutes, just concentrate on God or whatever you like, something good, music, meditate, anything. These three things, if you can do regularly, I think you will be able to come out of stress. Some kind of physical and meditation, and that is enough. That is a must. Nowadays, people are going to gym and all. They are doing lot of other things, and they are inviting so many health issues. Actually, over exercising will cause lot of trouble to the systems. During this lockdown and all, some people are doing workout for 3 hours and all. It is not good for the health. You are going to damage the cells. So a balanced food habits, other things, and some kind of, I'm not telling spiritual, but some kind of sadhana, meditation. At least hear some good music for 10 to 15 minutes peacefully. That itself will lead you to good health actually.
Okay, sir. There is one Swapna Sundar who asked a question. Ms. Swapna?
Yes, sir. Hello. I'm interested in this subject because currently I'm writing a book on clinical trial ethics, and I just completed the chapter on Indian medicine and reverse pharmacology, as supported by Gyananath Sen and R.N. Chopra, and now also the Ayush Ministry is going in for a lot of reverse pharmacology. So one of the interesting aspects of reverse pharmacology is that you have to actually be able to connect a particular drug or therapy to a Shastric text. So one of my questions is, how are you going to relate stress to Shastric texts? So for instance, I don't find the word stress or stress management in either Charaka or Sushruta or Bhavabhatta or any of the ones that I have read, Bhartrihari and so on. The only words that I could find are Vishada, which is more of a depression subject. So even if we were to apply the therapy in reverse pharmacology, I don't know if we could connect it directly to stress.
Madam, I have started with the first sloka in Ayurveda, starting with Ragadi Rogan. So the most importance is given for the mental health. The first chapter is starting Ragadi Rogan means which is affecting the Raga, Dvesha, Madam, Malsarya, all mental mental qualities. That will lead to the physical health. It is very clearly told in Charaka, Sushruta, everywhere, madam.
So you would be connecting it to mental illnesses more than a regular process. Like if you take it in Western medicine, all stress is not natural. All stress is not naturally bad. Some stresses are good. In fact, our bodies are capable of handling some level of stress. So stress would not directly be considered a mental illness. In fact, chronic stress also would not be considered a mental illness unless it led to certain illnesses which could actually be related to mental illness. So I'm interested to know that you are connecting stress to a mental illness. So that's an interesting point for my my study.
There is a difference. Madam, there is a difference. If
Yes,
you are
sir.
passionate in some subject, for example, if I am sitting continuously 12 hours or 15 hours with patients, dealing with my science or my subject, which is interested to me, that stress is different from other stress. This stress may not give a disease.
Sir, there is next question, which is something very, very unique to some families. The question comes from a couple who are strained between themselves. Husband and wife, they don't have a cordial relationship. They used to fight very, what is called, forcibly or vehemently, unmindful of the presence of the kids there in the family. So the kids have some psychological impact on the bickerings between the husband and wife. So the husband or the wife are not in a position to control their anger. They outburst in the presence of the kids. So from the perspective of the kid, they are not in a position to control the events. They cannot regulate the parents' behavioral, attitudinal problem. So in such a way, what is the advice you give to the wife at least, who is the best person to take care of the children, to avoid friction and to see that the children's psychology is not affected?
Both of them have to think about it. Not only the wife, both. No, they have to think. If they know the problem, no, that is why. No, if you know the problem, if you study it, they should feel that their children should have good health, physical and mental. They should control themselves. They have to. If they are not able to do that, means it is no. They have to. The will should be there, no, sir. If you want to quit some habit, means you should have the thinking, no, that they have to initiate it. At least they know the problem is with them. Now they have to find out some method how to reduce it, and then they have to obey that.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So I think we have to move to Justice Vaidyanathan, sir, to ask for the conclusion of this.
It is a ரொம்ப valuable suggestions and advice given, and those who really want to take it and get themselves cured or relieved of the stress or any other problem they have, they can take his suggestion and act accordingly. So I thank Mr. Srinivas Raghavan, Hemalata. Once again, I thank Hemalata, Srinivas Raghavan, Dr. Ravindran, other advocates and doctors from Cochin.
Thank you very much, Yasmi sir. And Dr. Sir, thank you very much for having spent such a long time with us, with the patience, patience you had with us in spending your valuable time and answering all the questions for the patients, yes, with your rich experience and a very good advice to cope with stress. And the questions which are not related to stress also, you were able to deliberate very patiently. And I hope that this session will help and enable the advocates and others to see that they are relieved from stress and lead a very healthy and a cheerful life. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.